Well, I'm surprised Amazon blinked. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel where we talk about apps, technology, pop culture, and life in between. I'm your host, Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and we're going to be talking about a story that I'm kind of surprised at the outcome. So you might have recalled that a couple months ago we talked about how Amazon, at least in the UK, this was not an America thing, this was not a New Zealand thing, this wasn't going to happen in Canada, but in the UK, Amazon basically decided they were going to play hardball with Visa, or at least one of the #1 credit card processing manufacturers in the world. They claimed that Visa's fees were too high and that they were going to not allow Amazon customers to use Visa to buy merchandise anymore. Like, you were going to have to come up with another payment method, whether it be MasterCard or American Express. And in fact, many people felt that this was a ploy by Amazon to get better terms with Visa. Amazon did not have a co-branded card with Visa in the UK. They had it with MasterCard, and many people were thinking that Amazon would become like Costco, where they would have one credit card company that you could use on their site, and in this case it would be MasterCard, kind of the same way Costco, you can only use Visa at Costco. You used to only be able to use American Express at Costco, now it's Visa. I personally think credit card exclusivity is kind of dumb unless it results in extra perks for consumers. I don't mind if you want to offer your customers a perk for paying with a partnered brand credit card, but when you say this is the only card you can use, I think it's just very inconvenient and very anti-consumer, especially for the people who would honestly prefer to have just one credit card. And yeah, so that ended up being like a big thing, but it looks like Amazon has halted plans to ban Visa credit cards in the UK, at least for now. But you know what? Whether you're a Visa card owner, a American Express or MasterCard, whatever, you can subscribe to the Apptrepreneur channel for free. We will not take your payment info. We will give you videos for free. We've got a podcast coming out every 2 weeks, and then we do occasional news stories like this one. And yeah, there you go. So anyway, let's talk about this thing that's going on. This is from Ars Technica. Technica. Sorry, I can't speak today. But anyway, here's what it says. Amazon has halted a plan to ban customers using UK-issued Visa cards from this week as the companies work on a, quote, potential solution to rancorous, I hope I said that correctly, to a rancorous dispute that threatened to severely disrupt shoppers. The world's largest online retailer announced the proposed ban in November, citing the, quote, high fees Visa charges for processing credit card transactions and advised customers to find new payment methods. As I mentioned several months ago, I believe American Express has the highest credit card transaction fees by far, although there is a lot more Visa users. So the funny thing, had they launched this attack on American Express, maybe they could have gotten away with it, because again, American Express is used by far fewer people, and they have the highest fees, and maybe Amazon could have done something with it. Although the problem is, American Express is a notoriously difficult company to negotiate with, and it probably wouldn't have worked. And Visa is probably easier to negotiate with. They have certainly made deals that you think they wouldn't, just because they want to maintain that lead on consumer spending. But Visa is also big enough to kind of push back on Amazon a little bit. So anyway, on Monday, however, Amazon said that the expected change regarding the use of Visa credit cards on Amazon.co.uk will no longer take place on January 19th. The group added that it was, quote, working closely with Visa on a potential solution that will enable customers to continue using their Visa credit cards on Amazon.co.uk. Well, I mean, a potential solution. I mean, Amazon's the one who said that they didn't want to use it anymore. And again, their argument kind of falls apart when they say, oh, we are canceling this because of the high percentage fees that Visa charges. Yeah, there's other payment methods that Amazon accepts that use higher percentages. So for those of you who say like, oh, well, this was Amazon pushing back on the credit card companies and their outrageous fees, No, it wasn't. It was Amazon trying to get a better deal for Amazon. They do not care about their consumers. Anyway, Amazon, whose own grip on consumers has strengthened as more people shopped online during the pandemic, has been working with alternative payment providers to Visa, which alongside MasterCard has been a dominant force in payments for decades. Unlike rivals MasterCard and American Express, Visa does not offer a co-branded Amazon card in the UK. This is true, and some people were speculating that Amazon was going to use this tactic to either strengthen their relationship with MasterCard, because Amazon's card in the UK is branded by MasterCard, and make MasterCard the exclusive payment option, thus they would get lower fees on MasterCard, or it was going to be used as a way to basically get Visa to also co-brand the card with a sweet, sweet deal in the UK. And there are suggestions that this might have already had some effect, because Visa is the co-branded card for Amazon in America, but it is issued by Chase. And Chase has that famous 524 rule, which says you cannot open more than 5 credit accounts within 24 months. If you've opened more than 5 accounts in 24 months, Chase will not issue you credit, no matter how good your FICO score is. And Amazon didn't like that. And it was revealed earlier in last year that, hey, 524 was not going to apply to co-branded cards anymore, which included the Amazon Chase Visa card. So funny how that worked out so shortly after Amazon threw a temper tantrum. Continuing, at the end of 2020, Visa represented a third of the credit card market in the UK, MasterCard 62%, and American Express the remainder, according to the latest available data from UK France, the Banking and Finance Trade Association. Quote, Amazon customers can continue to use Visa cards on Amazon.co.uk after January 19th, while we work closely together to reach an agreement, Visa said on Monday. In the UK, the main banks issued Visa credit cards, including Barclays, HSBC, and the Cooperative Bank, as well as Building Society nationwide. Amazon's intervention in November came after payment companies escaped an EU cap on cross-border interchange fees, a levy credit card companies charge on behalf of the issuing banks when the UK left the bloc. Visa last October began charging 1.5% of the transaction's value for credit card payments made online or over the phone between the UK and EU, and 1.15% for debit card transactions, up from 0.3% and 0.2% respectively. So here's the thing. I'm going to pause for a second and say, like, this is why I'm not completely against Amazon. It is true that the credit card fees are getting wildly out of hand, and the more and more people use plastic to pay for things, the more the companies have in leverage to basically say, hey, you know what, we're going to raise the percentage. And some people don't understand that that's difficult for people. I was talking to someone who, works at Apple. He's a friend. I won't say who it is, and I don't think he's watching this channel anyway, but I'll just keep his privacy just to be nice. It's just a polite thing to do. And I told him one of the reasons people don't like Apple Pay is because of the fees. And the guy was like, well, Apple's fee is only 1%. It's like, yeah, but that's the Apple Pay fee. The credit card fee is still like 1.5%, and now they're paying 2.5%. And, how would you feel if every time you made a payment, you had to pay an extra 2.5% for the transaction on top of what you use your debit card for? You would probably not like that, and neither do these stores. And so that's why Apple Pay was not accepted at some of these mom and pop shops. But I digress. So Amazon said in November that Brexit was not the specific cause of the dispute with Visa, instead blaming the US company's fees over the long term. But again, they're dealing with card companies that have higher fees, so I don't know if that really, pans out as an excuse. Amazon has examined several alternative payment methods beyond traditional credit cards. Last August, it announced buy now, pay later option for U.S. consumers with third-party provider Affirm, which I'm going to add accepts Visa as far as I am aware. In December, Barclays and Amazon unveiled a BNPL option called installments for purchase over £100. The surge in online shopping during the coronavirus crisis has helped forge an opening for alternative payment providers and seen investors race to back them. British payments group Checkout.com secured a $40 billion valuation last week, while U.S. competitor Stripe was valued at $95 billion last March. So Roger Death, oh my gosh, Roger Diatha, what an unfortunate name. Head of e-commerce of TrueLayer said, for too long, cards have been retrofitted into online checkouts, creating an invisible web of hidden costs and unwieldy payment structures that affect the cost base of every single retailer. So, look, here's the thing. The credit card companies basically running crazy with the fees and wreaking havoc on the bottom line of retailers. That is a very, very real thing. Is it enough to wreak havoc on Amazon? Well, I don't know. Amazon has never made money. The only reason they're profitable is because of their web services. Like, Amazon is built on losing money. That's just how it is. So, I don't know. Maybe for that reason they would want to, not lose as much money. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons for that. But anyway, for the time being, if you live in the UK and you have a Visa card, that's your payment method of choice. You can still use it to buy from Amazon. Personally, I recommend finding alternative places to shop. Amazon could very well put the pause button on this again, and they will not be afraid to do it. I also wonder, though, if maybe Amazon was all talk and no action, because, again, they did get a couple concessions that they wanted from the US arm of Visa. I don't think they really got anything from this, and I think they basically pulled back because they bolstered their chest. They said, give us what you want or we're going to stop doing this. Visa probably said no. And now Amazon, faced with losing a third of their customers, basically backtracks. I would not be surprised that happened. Amazon is big, but Visa is big enough that Amazon wouldn't want to lose them at the same time. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. So what do you all think about this? Are you happy that this has worked out? Is this going to affect you at all? What do you think about what's going on? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.